Hi guys, and the end, spoken label, part 2. Straight over to the fantastic Karina. She's going to read out 3 poems for us. Over to you, Karina.
Thank you, Andy. So I'm going to start with one which I was inspired by when I was in Shoreditch. I was visiting toward London with my husband, and I felt it's full of color, and here it goes. It's called Shoreditch, October 2015. Ah, legs entwined this blue morning, pumpkin walls, sheets, curtains, windows. We gaze at spires, finger papers, sit in TXs, mouth Mayfairs, city souls in a hurry, syruping pavements, an array of faces. New kingdoms, or old for sale or to let, fresh bread rolls, tired wooden shutters stare a makeover, turf against turf, brick against brick, bespoke spaces sit on seized grounds. As Marduk's barbers groom the owl and the pussycat, Albion's omelettes feed domestic hunger. A breeder in the park clears away tension. Whatever it takes, today's sweet talk tomorrow's.
Fantastic, great start, that one. I love the reference to the owl and the pussycat in that poem in particular. So, it's what made you want to bring that image into the piece? Because it's unusual and I like it.
I take it from Edward Lear because I was really enthralled by his writing. It's so surreal and
Big fan,
kind of
big fan.
It's amazing, and it makes no sense, but it makes a lot of sense. So I wanted to refer to that to give a bit of taste amongst all these changes that were happening in Shoreditch and had already happened when I went there, and the changes that were happening. So I wanted to give a bit of a reference there, a subtle reference to him.
Yeah, it does. It helps develop the piece beautifully. So I really, really like that one. So, okay, back to you for poem number 2.
Okay, I'm going to read a poem from New Maltese Writing Anthology, which was printed last year, which was chosen last year by 2 Maltese editors. And it's called Samsa Unfurled. It's about the surrealism and a bit of a Kafkaesque, weird world that we were living during the pandemic, those 2 crucial years. So I take it from a point of view of a Kafkaesque symbolism. I wonder what it'd be like being Gregor Samsa each day for a few hours, away from headlines. Each day I'd window ledge my feelers, unfurled to skies. The yellow sea-salt breeze, feelers unfurled. I'd flex my twig legs and wing it out to the opera house. That tastes of limestone. Cars' oxides would drop while I droned into grooves of Gershwin's Someone to Watch Over Me. Along streets I'd wear this foreign look, to watch stone lions and nymphs. Time calls for a flit into gardens, unpack pollen from crevices. Time calls me to scatter it on scaffolds, walk on bridges, taste the sweet water. No out-of-air masks, no calculated minutes swear at road jams. I wonder what it'd be like to adjust my feelers to this twilight, reborn in a new world.
Oh, that last line ache. Oh, that last line. That aches at me, if you understand what I mean. It does, I love the way you've actually finished that with quite a big question about rebirth at the end of it. It's like a new beginning. Oh, tremendous stuff. So did you write that one when you lived in Malta then, did you, that poem?
No, I wrote that one when I was still in Luxembourg, and there were restrictions, right? We couldn't go out for a long time. We had to walk really along in our neighborhood. But I still wanted to refer to the feelings and the visuals of Malta because I couldn't go there. I couldn't visit my family. I couldn't, and it was tough as well, not being there for so many months. And at the same time, I was imagining myself a bit on a reversed way of Gregor Samsa. Gregor Samsa in Metamorphosis, he was stuck in the room. He was there. So I felt a bit like him, like
Yeah,
becoming an insect. And at the same time, shifting and becoming an insect myself, flying away, like traveling. If I could do that, if it gives me that possibility. So I was looking from that direction.
yeah. When obviously England went through a similar situation back in that point, yeah, it did something similar to me and my wife, and like you and your husband did, I think, in the same degree. I think I was going inwards, and you were probably be like imagination was going outwards, probably. So no, it's fantastic stuff. Really, really good piece. Okay,
Thank you.
on to your third and final piece.
Okay. I would like to read one of the last poems as well that has been published in Eco Scene Journal. It's where I bring in the environmental side together with the reality of what we're experiencing with climate change and the background, with changes that are happening. But at the same time, I also introduced a reference to my mother and to the whole journey and to the whole cycle. It's called Soil Dermis. My mother is in the soil. She's already giving back life. Each tear, each tongue, each tremor builds fresh spores and carbon. 1,000 years to birth just 3 centimeters of topsoil of the whole world, reader. A long time it is. My generation won't see it. Your generation won't see it. 60 years of good or bad farming. What will the nations inject? This bowl of dirt, heaps of mycelium life, knits webs under my feet. Each water bead, each nitrogen molecule, each carbon mote binds trees to family roots. Reader, with you I share the soil dermis, my mother, the alchemy to start a movement.
Oh, whoa! Again, very, very strong ending there. That one. So I love the reference to your mother. Then also, like you said, it was at your background again as well. So fantastic piece. So for that one. So was that piece wrote quite recently? Was it, or was that a slightly older piece?
I think I wrote it in the last 1.5 years, but then kept working on it. So, and also, I must say, a few months ago, I was doing this workshop
Mm,
on climate change and writing. I wanted to get a stronger feel and a more robust feeling of how to actually really think deeply about these issues and bringing them on paper, because that's a whole different world to actually write about them. And it really helped me to also look at a different side. And we also had an input from um, Carlos Santos Perez, I think was his
mm,
name. And it was really interesting because we also heard his poetry, and we shared a lot of poetry. It was run by Kate. The surname escapes me, but she's Australian living in England, and she was organizing these workshops online, and there were a lot
mm.
of different people.
Brilliant.
And so that brings in that environmental aspect kind of closer.
Yeah, yeah. I can see it straight away. Fantastic stuff. I've really enjoyed today, Karina. So I want to thank you again for today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Keep us informed when the
Thank you,
book
Andy.
comes out eventually. I would love to bring you on here again, and we'll go for your book in quite some depth and definitely. So thank you again. So
Thank you, Andy, for the space, and well done. It's a really cool platform.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it today, so thank you. Okay, guys and girls, well, that's it for Spoken Able today. As Don Callis over at AEW says, stay safe and stay over. And we will see you all next